Geno fakes the handoff, steps up again, contact to the throw, and that's picked. Alex Singleton, and a calamitous start for the Seattle offense. Denver, they said they'd lean on this grab game, and it's Javonte Williams shot out of a cannon. They roll Nix out, little fake, buys himself some time, and a low pass is incomplete.
Really likes his young football team.
35-yard attempt after the penalty, and Lutz is perfect to get us our first points here in Seattle. So sack, interception, and a false start on their first 3 plays. They try to get some of it back here with Kenneth Walker.
To the left side of the defense, already 1 sack. He had 8.5 last year.
Here he comes again on 3rd and 6. Geno puts some air under it, near side of the field. It's incomplete.
A lot of single reads, moving the pocket so he doesn't have to process too fast.
Nix, quick drop. Boy, he delivered his strike, but it's incomplete. There's now Ryan Grubb, their new offensive coordinator, going tempo here with Geno Smith. 2nd and 6. Geno throws off his back foot, near side of the field, complete. They got a first down and more. It's Jackson Smith in Jigba.
This last play, it was at right guard, so there is a lot of action in Geno Smith's face.
Once again, Smith going to his young wide receivers. Smith and Jigba, 2 catches, 2 first downs. They pick up 10. Boy, they got a free blitzer. Geno thrown in the face of some heavy pressure. Jason Myers on to attempt what is a 50-yard field goal. Operation sound, and Myers is good to get Seattle their first points.
Expect Bo Nix to work inside here against this look.
Nix, they got a free blitzer. He steps up, climbs the pocket, and Nix. Boy, Sean Payton talked about that sneaky mobility he has. Nix, quick release near side. That is Vaylay making it happen.
When they really had a chance to pick up a chunk play, he did miss.
Pump fake here. First down run and more. Audric Estime. Preseason missed all the camp with that hamstring injury, getting his first live snaps in this defense. Nix off his back foot towards the end zone, and it is picked. Julian Love with a snatch for Seattle. One of the top DBs in the NFL making it happen. The only good news for Denver is Seattle's pinned back at their own 1-yard line. Geno thrown into some tight spaces here. There's a flag. Boy, could this be a hold and a potential safety?
Oh, man.
Holding. Offense, number 75. The foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, acceptance of this foul results in a safety.
Unbelievable.
And live to play another down at 3rd and 6.
Big play by Derek Hall, trying to step into the void left by the absence of Nwosu. Nix fires a bullet, and that's incomplete.
He misses that opportunity downfield.
D. Williams on for the punt return. He muffs it. Football is still loose. Who's got it? Inside the 10.
Wow.
And it's Denver football.
I would give him the opportunity here to use his legs and try to use that aspect in his game rather than try to force something into the end zone.
Nix on 3rd and goal towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. Looking for Sutton. What a matchup against weak Woolen. So Lutz hitting earlier from 35. This kick is good from 30.
There's really nowhere for Kenneth Walker to go.
Geno's going to go play action on 2nd and 14. He delivers a strike. It's Metcalf over the middle.
Be the way Seattle has to go to attack Denver in the passing game.
That was their longest play of the day so far. Beautiful back shoulder throw by Smith. He finds Lockett. Lockett turns 32 this month as he begins year 10 in the NFL. Still a home run hitter. Smith showing the wheels. Smith still going. Geno in. Touchdown. Here they come on 3rd and 10. Nix delivers, but they're going to be well short. Michael Burton.
So you really felt like their communication coming into this year was so much farther ahead of where this secondary was a season ago.
Boy, beautiful punt as Dixon, and let's see where the officials are going to mark it, down at the 1-yard line. Just brilliant work.
Run the football and try to get some breathing room.
Last time they were down here, it ended with a safety.
Oh, my
Boy,
goodness.
Charbonnet, did he get out?
I don't think so.
No signal yet.
The ball may have crossed.
As they mark it at the 38. Low snap, Nix climbs the pocket, throws in the run. He's got Sutton wide open. First down, Denver.
And make him try to find and throw the ball around their defensive players. And so far, it's been working brilliantly.
On 3rd and 7, here they come. Nix spins, buys himself a couple of seconds, and they keep coming. A lot of defense.
What is that supposed to mean?
A lot of defense.
Mistakes and penalties?
Smith is buried again.
Showing pressure and coming. They've had a lot of different looks here so far in this game.
See that target line. Nix going high side. It's caught. Josh Reynolds making the catch.
Right now, you're at least in a position to secure 3 points.
It would be a 45-yard attempt from right here. Nix, everyone covered initially. You're going to roll out. Will get himself out of bounds as he's run out. They lose maybe a half yard as he fights to get back to the line of scrimmage. Michael Fabroni is the long snapper. Riley Dixon the holder. And once again, Will Lutz delivers for Denver.
They try to run it out of the end zone, and another safety, 2 in 1 game.
Boy, that time Gino again feeling some heat, but he still is able to deliver it to Tyler Lockett.
Drive in and drive out. It's really tough, as we can see, to get any sort of rhythm on the offense.
Walker getting to the second level. Well, they desperately need that ground attack to get going, and it does.
When he's able to find that edge and get to the sideline is when he breaks off those big runs.
Walker's starting to lead on this defense. Walker breaking free. Touchdown. Pro Bowl season for Love last year here in Seattle. On 2nd and 8. Back to the ground game. Denver's got a first down with McLaughlin. It's a 15-yard burst.
Being able to read those keys and make the play.
Nix on 3rd down. That pass. Let's see what the officials mark here. Was it a catch? And now they say Seattle ball. Catch, fumble, Seattle recovery. So 1st and 10 after the penalty. They mark it down at the Denver 22-yard line. With this Broncos defense suddenly on its heels, it's Walker starting to lean on him now.
And as Walker get 4, 5, 6 yards before an attempt to tackle.
Denver desperately trying to hold him out of the end zone. Smith, boy, just trying to get it to Walker to have a chance. Chris Stoll, the long snapper. Michael Dixon, the holder. Nix has to work quickly. 3rd down, pass batted down and incomplete. And remember, Grubb was introduced as the offensive coordinator following Kalen DeBoer to Tuscaloosa before he got that phone call from McDonald. As Walker taking on tacklers, and that's another first down run for Seattle.
12 runs against 2 safeties high.
And he's at 100 yards exactly after his 18th run of the day. This time it's Lockett.
And right now, Geno Smith is making all the right decisions.
Smith throwing on the run, fires a bullet. It's Lockett again. Seattle lead. And this offense, headlined by Geno Smith, is suddenly rolling. Smith has a man wide open. It's Charbonnet. And a Sunday stroll into the end zone for Seattle. All right, coach, keeping tabs on that one for us. Meantime here, 3rd and 5. Big play. Nix needs a completion. He gets it to Dulcich. What a recovery Tyrell Dodson, monster play for Seattle.
His business, and now when he's had opportunities here in the second half to throw the football, he has been excellent.
Boy, Smith again putting the football right between the numbers of Metcalf, and it's a first down for Seattle. They couldn't be more excited about the team that they have built here in this coaching staff. Gino, little sidearm delivery, gets it out to Charbonnet, slips the initial tackle, but he's buried for a loss.
Certainly knew that coming into this game, it was stacked against him of playing exceptionally well. But again, every single rep is an opportunity to try to figure out how to play in this game. Look, you saw Caleb Williams today, but let's face it.
Wobbly pass is caught. That's Dulcich, the tight end, but he's well short.
And get him to one side or the other and attack outside the numbers.
Sidearm delivery, it's caught. What a pass by Nix. He gets it to Reynolds. Denver playing with all 3 timeouts. 5:35 left. They're down 13. Nix.
Oh, no.
Has all day, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Woolen. Added responsibility using those preseason games to really drill down what his process will be like with this staff. You've got challenges, instant replay.
You got to believe that he has the right guy teaching him in Sean Payton to get the most out of his ability.
Well, let's see what Nix can do here. They're in a 13-point hole. Nix has some green grass in front of him. And Denver isn't done just yet. 2 downs to try to get 4 here for Nix in Denver. Slinging it near side. It's caught. Reynolds with another first down catch.
You only have to read one defender when you start to run out breaking routes.
Nix on a cross. It's caught. Sutton.
Again, to shield Tariq Woolen from being able to make a play on that football.
That's where Sutton was so good last year in the red zone. Nix evades the sack. Nix the fake. Another fake, and he spins into the end zone for the Denver touchdown.
I would not be afraid to just take it and run if it's not there for Smith.
Smith drops back his
what
pass.
A catch.
Lockett. Incredible. Final line on Bo Nix, 27 of 43, only a $135 arch, the 2 picks. And a lot to think about for him on that flight home to Denver.